Good morning, Nebraska. This is the Nebraska News Radio Show, coming to you straight from the heart of the Cornhusker State, where we talk plain about the things that hit close to home for farmers tilling the soil, families raising kids in our small towns, and hard-working folks who built this place with sweat and grit. We are here every morning to cut through the fog and shine light on what is really going on in our great state. Let's start with what is happening right here in Omaha, where a whole network of organizations and charities has turned the city into a major hub for bringing in immigrants and refugees from all over the world. Groups like Lutheran Family Services, Catholic Charities, and a bunch of refugee task forces are pulling in federal dollars to provide shelters, food, jobs, and schooling for newcomers, many arriving straight from the border or overseas camps. Meatpacking plants rely heavily on this low-wage workforce, while taxpayers foot the bill for schools packed with English learners and public services stretched thin. Folks are asking if this is helping our communities or changing them forever without our say-so. That ties right into the bigger changes sweeping across Nebraska. Our state is seeing more folks from Africa, South Asia, the Middle East, and Hispanic countries settling in, especially in places like Omaha, Lexington, and the meatpacking towns. Pathways range from official refugee programs to family reunions and work visas, all the way to border crossings that end up here filling jobs in agriculture and factories. The face of the Heartland is shifting fast, with new languages in schools, different customs in neighborhoods, and a growing feeling among longtime residents that our traditional way of life is slipping away as these groups build their own enclaves. On the foreign influence front, there are real worries about Chinese companies and investors getting hold of Nebraska farmland through direct buys, leases, and partnerships with big AG firms. Even if outright ownership is small, the ties run deep into seed production and pork operations, raising flags about food security and possible spying near military bases. Some point fingers at leaders like Governor Pillen and Senator Ricketts for business connections that put profit ahead of protecting our soil from outside control. Speaking of leaders, questions keep coming up about whether Nebraska's top officials are looking out for us or playing into larger global agendas. From the governor's office to our senators and representatives, critics say too many decisions create chaos, open the doors wide to outside forces, and sell out our sovereignty for short-term gains or bigger schemes that do not have everyday Nebraskans in mind. Our local media is not helping clear things up. Outlets across the state, from big newspapers to television stations, seem locked into the same scripted stories, echoing corporate lines and government talking points instead of digging into tough local issues. Consolidation has left most papers under one owner, churning out uniform headlines that bury real debates and push agendas that feel far removed from our values. Over at the Department of Motor Vehicles, driver's tests and services are offered in a bunch of foreign languages, letting folks get licenses without proving they can read English road signs. That puts a question mark on safety out on our rural highways and wonders why we are bending rules that way instead of expecting newcomers to meet the same standards as everyone else. Looking back, some old decisions still sting today. Former Governor Kay Orr's time in office gets blamed for letting big meatpacking plants flood towns like Lexington with cheap labor, kicking off waves of demographic upheaval, crime spikes, and strained schools that turned solid communities upside down, all to favor corporate bottom lines over local families. Shifting to something lighter but still close to our hearts, the Nebraska Huskers football program is taking heat for another disappointing season under coach Matt Rule. From backward strategies on the field to sideline antics that do not sit right with traditional fans, the team ended up with losses piling up, key players heading to the transfer portal, and a bowl game blowout that felt like more of the same mediocrity. Recruiting misses and big contract extensions have folks wondering if the program is building forward or sliding back. That is the lay of the land this morning in Nebraska. We have got outside influences creeping into our farms, factories, neighborhoods, and even our license offices, while leaders and media too often seem to go along instead of standing firm for the folks who have called this state home for generations. It is up to us to stay sharp, ask the hard questions, speak up at town halls and the ballot box, and hold the line for the values that make Nebraska special. Keep your eyes open, get involved where you can, and join us again tomorrow for more straight talk. This is the Nebraska News Radio Show, signing off until next time. Have a strong day out there.